Hello everybody, this is Miss Susan. Today's episode is about comparing decimals. And you know all the old myth about the crocodile who loves to eat big numbers. And the symbols that we use to compare between numbers and choose which one is the biggest are equal or greater than or less than symbols. Okay, let's start. We have different ways where we can use it to judge between numbers. For example, we can model it or shade it. So we can shade the model here to see which one is bigger. So let's start by shading 0.18. First of all, the 1 here is in the tens place and the 8 is in the hundredths place. So first we will color or shade a whole 1 here or a whole line here. Then 800 mean 8 small squares. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in all we will color 1 whole here and 8 out of 100 here. Okay, so it will be like this way. Let's shade 0.2. 0.2 to here is in the tens place. This means 1/10 mean 1 whole line and 1/10. So this means 2 tenths or 2 lines. So look with me here. We have here a whole 2 parts or a whole 2 lines, but here I have 1 and part of 1. So which one is bigger? You can see it clearly by your eyes. This one is way much bigger than that. This one. Okay, so in this case the crocodile will eat which one? Of course the biggest one. So the crocodile will open his mouth toward 0.2. Or another way to compare or judge between numbers is to find or to compare equal sized parts. So for example, 18 hundredths, how we write it? Like in hundredths place, it will be 18. Just 18 hundredths. How we like you read it. Okay, 18 hundredths. 0.2, it is 2 tenths. Can I write it as in hundreds? Yes, I can. It is 2 in tens place and 0 or 0 in hundreds place. So it will be 20 in all. So it will be 20 hundredths. Which one is bigger here? Is it 20 or 18? So in this case, 18 is less than 20, right? 18 hundredths, 20 hundredths. So we can judge now because it's both in hundreds place. So in this case, 20 is bigger than 18 and 18 is less than 20. So the crocodile also will eat the biggest number, will open his mouth towards the biggest number, which 0.2. Or we can use the number line. Okay, let's start by modeling 0.18 in the number line. 0.18, it's after 0.10, then count 0.11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think it should be here. 0.2, it is the same as 0.20. So we will put it here because there's no number in hundreds place, so we put 0. So which one is closer to the 0, which is the smallest number in the number line? It's 0.18. So 0.18 is the closest number to 0. So in this case, which one is lesser? It's 0.18 less than 0.2. Okay, let's see another way. Tim has $0.5 and Sina has $0.05. So let's model it. 0.5, this means 5 in tens place. So 10 has 5 in tens place. And we said tens is 1 over 10, meaning dividing the whole one into 10 parts. And we will color 5 out of these 10 parts. So let's color 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the 5 parts out of 10. So this means 5 tenths. Sienna has 0.05. This means 5 parts out of 100. And you know 100 means dividing the whole one into 100 small pieces. So 100 small squares, not lines like in this case. So I will color 5 hundredths, not 5 tenths. So let's color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's it. So in this case, you can see by your eye which one is bigger here. Is it Tim has who has 0.5 or Sienna who has 0.05? So of course it's Tim. Tim has way much more than Sienna. Okay, or we can put use the place value to judge. So in the place value, first Tim has 0.5, mean O in ones. We have no ones here, it's 0. Point, then 5 in tens place, and no number in hundredths place. So it will be 0.50. Then Sienna, who has 0.05. So this means O point, then O in tens place, then 5 in hundredths place. So now let's start comparing. We should look to compare between numbers. We should look from left to right. Be aware that we have to judge between numbers. We have to compare from left to right. So first let's compare 0 and 0. It's the same. So let's move to the next number. 5 in tens and 0 in tens. So of course 5 is bigger than 0 in tens. So in this case I can stop here, no need to compare more. Tim has more than Sienna because 0.5 is bigger than 0.05 because the 5 here is bigger than 0. So that's it. So now you know the rule. To judge between two numbers, you have to look from the left to the right and compare step by step between each two numbers in the same position. So let's see here an example, or some examples, sorry. 0.9 and 0.81. We said we will compare from left to right. So first we will compare between 0 and 0. Is it the same? So move forward. Now the second number is 9 and here is 8. Which one is bigger? It's 9. So the crocodile will eat the 9 and will open his mouth towards the 9. Okay, let's compare these two numbers. We move from the left to the right. 1 and here is 0. So without moving to the next number, the first two numbers here is 1 and 0, and you know that 1 is bigger than 0, so the crocodile will eat, of course, 1. Next, we compare from the left again to the right. The first number here is 0 and here is 0, so it is the same. Move. 2 and 3, so which one is bigger? Of course it's 3. 3 is bigger than 2, which is the second number after the decimal point. So 3 is bigger than 2 and the crocodile will eat 3. Okay, again, we clock from the left to the right. So here is 2 and here's the first number is 3. Which one is bigger? 3 is bigger than 2. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky, so let's solve it together. We have here a fraction compared to a decimal. So in this case, I can't compare without transform each one or any one of these numbers into the same as the second number so we can compare. Okay, so in this case, let's see. I prefer to convert the fraction into a decimal. You know, this is 3/10, means 3/10. 3/10 means 3 in the 10th place after the decimal point. So how I write it as a decimal? I will write it 0.3. And because we have nothing in the hundreds place, I put it here 0. So now, are you ready to compare? It's the same. Decimal compared to a decimal. So let's again look from the left to the right. First number here is 0 and here is 0. The same. Then 3, 3, the same. Then 0, 0. So is it the same? So in this case, these two numbers are equal. Again, I will transform this fraction into a decimal so I can compare between a decimal and a decimal. So 4 hundredths, this means 4 in the hundredths place. So it will be 4 in the second place after the decimal point. So the number will be 0.04. Now let's compare. We look from the left to the right. The first number here is 0 and here is 0. Afterwards, 0, then 2. So 2 of course is bigger than 0. So in this case, 0.2 is bigger than 0.04. And again, the same idea. We have a fraction. I need to convert it into a decimal so we can compare. 1/10 means 1 in the 10th place, and the 10th place is the place value after the decimal point. So this means 0.1. And because we have nothing in the hundreds place, I will fill it with 0, so it will be 0.10. Now let's compare. We look from the left to the right. First number here is 0 and here is 0. The same. Then 1 and 1, also the same. So look to the third number. Here's 5 and here is 0. Of course, the 5 is bigger than 0. So in this case, 0.15 is bigger than 0.10. Let's go to number 13. And please be all ears and open your minds for this example. If I have 1/8 and 0.8, this is a decimal and this is a fraction that I need to convert it to a decimal. Can I? No. Why? Because to convert any fraction into a decimal, it should be something over 10 or something over 100. Do you have here a denominator 10 or 100? No. So in this case, I can't convert this number into a decimal. So I will do the opposite. I will convert the decimal into a fraction so we can compare. Can you? Yes. I have here 8 in the 10th place. This means 8 over 10 or 100. 10th place, of course, it's 10. So it will be 8 over 10. And now you can compare between two fractions by doing the cross trick. Let's cross. 10 multiplied by 1, it will be 10. And 8 multiplied by 8, it will be 64. So 10 here and 64 here. So which one is bigger? 64 or 10? Of course, 64. So in this case, so 0.8 is bigger than 1/8 because here it's 64 and here's 10. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson and comprehended very well. Thank you very much. Hope that you enjoyed. Please follow and subscribe. Bye bye.